Actually, plenty of us have. Let's see. Well, get first in our family. Richard was quiet from there. Rupert headed for the CR room. Well, Rupert headed for the hangar room. It was often nicknamed. Even though there was not an error. You wasn't sure the name would fit. When it was cars, there were plenty of vehicles there. But they were cars, trucks, not planes. Richard was pretty sure a hangar for cars was still called a garage, not a hangar. The hangar, regardless of the nomenclature, Richard was, regardless of the nomenclature, let's see, what's the term? Nomenclature. Regardless of the nomenclature, Richard headed in and collected fog-field rifle from a pile of weapons, mostly fully automatic. He found himself joined a firing line about some sandbag position, about a wall of sandbags, with a dozen men on one side and another dozen on the other side. There were men up on the catwalks above. RPG catwalk. Did the catwalk get taken out by something? I don't know. I mean, I think I might have had this earlier part where I was hit by a rocket launcher. Mostly wielding semi-auto rifles. Something a bit more accurate than the M16. Richard wished that most were carrying. Richard was no expert on the M16, but he was pretty sure it was more of a spray and pray weapon than the fog field, the trusty fog field. Let's see. Richard wouldn't mind sharing his position with a fellow Chromishman, but there were none as far as he could see. There must have been, the Chromish guards must have all met their ends earlier. Richard didn't see Lord Richington. He eyeballed a pile of corpses not far from the main doors. Entrance to the hangar, beyond which Jade troops lied in wait. Could Richington been hiding under that pile, waiting to spring a trap? Where's Lord Richington? Richard asked the men nearest him, waiting to ambush the enemy. Ambush the enemy. One of the men replied, Gonna jump out. Underneath those corpses? Richard asked. James jumped up underneath those corpses. What do you think? Soldier asked back. Yeah, I guess I'll just spring the surprise here, so not like, you know, insult the intelligence of the readers. He's not gonna pop up. Shoot a few. You common scoundrels, right? Trolls, I assume. Richard asked. I mean, no, he's going to blow up. Nah, he's going to take out the superhumans. Will be the first in. Soldier replied. Before Richard could ask more, somebody has spoke to him from down the way. Dr. Warg, what are you doing here? And nearest him. Looking his way, apparently unconcerned about Richard's appearance. What are you doing here? The soldier asked. You should be back in the CR with your brother. I should, I suppose. Richard smiled. Ricard, that's a nice name, but I think it's already been taken. Or is that Picard? I think so. I should have watched Star Wars. I mean Star Trek when I was younger. You gotta have, like, in order to write good entertainment, you gotta know what good entertainment looks like, you know? Of course, I watched a lot of crap when I was young instead, you know? Kid shows, TV, cartoons, and stuff. Kids today are very lucky with all the different distractions they have. Back in my day, it was just Goosebump books or cartoons. Nintendo, but Nintendo games were so damn difficult for some reason that they often made you feel like shit for even playing them. Like, why did I waste my time if I can't defeat this? It's like it's like a lightweight trying to fight a professional. I suppose. But I'm sick and likely be dead soon. So, if I'm gonna die, either way, might as well be on the firing line. Turning into a monster. Richard added nonchalantly. Chief Gilder. Hold just a second. And then back. Miss Gilder told us. The soldiers replied. Chief Gilder told us, when the soldiers replied. A good day to me is a day when this writing session is the most exciting part of it. Yep. Let's see. Chief Gilder told us when the soldiers replied. before. It was then that there was powerful explosion about the entrance door, which destroyed it utterly. Which was not destroyed, but a massive hole. 30 defenders. Richard. Which was not destroyed, but a massive hole was ripped through it. The edges shredded. The edges all molten and shredded. Almost like some tank shell that had ripped through an armored vehicle. Smoke billowed out, obscuring the first arrivals. A pair of M1113 A5Vs. Infantry Fighting Vehicles, that stands for. That's important parlance in the military. I think they've existed since World War II, technically, maybe even earlier. I'm not sure if the designation is that old, though. Incoming. One of the ranking soldiers yelled. Elsewhere, outside. At the same time, Sergeant Dominique Green. Let's see. Just a second. Sergeant Dominique Green and his comrades got their cover blown. And the other 12 men got their cover blown. 12, is that the right number? 12. Got their cover blown. Got their cover blown when about the same time that the Jade were attacking into the binoculars distance. At the same time the Jade were attacking into the hangar. They're blowing a big hole through the entrance with some explosives. It had been one of the guys that Dominique didn't know well. That Corporal Parker. Parker or Corporal? Oh, he got promotion. He was PFC. PFC Parker. They had been moving on one of the country roads. Rock on all sides of them. Moving to one of the country roads. Country roads. After crossing an earlier road. Moving up. Walking low up a rocky embankment. Yes, that's the right word, I think. Stupid smelly armpits. You know, some people are born without the body odor gene, so they never smell, no matter how dirty they get. Their armpits never stink, but my armpits, definitely not the case. Let's see, up rocky embankment. Everybody seemed as sure-footed as a mountain goat. But then abruptly, that Parker fella took a tumble down in the embankment, rolling, then sliding. Somehow he kept from screaming himself, from screaming out in the dark, crying out at any point. When he finally came to a stop, slamming into some bit of stone, into a big rock. Fortunately, he only hit his body, not his head, against it. Unfortunately, he was exposed instantly, caught in the glare of the flashlight of some patrolling Jade soldier, who quickly alerted his nearest comrades, some trio of infantry, equipped with, all of them were welding captured M16s. We've been made. The team leader, Roper Hale, barked, "Get to cover, fast!" Everyone scrambled for the cover of the sloped top of the embankment, which shielded most in the unit fully. Dominique had moved down the embankment to rescue Parker, who had gone on his own feet before he could get there. Dominique seized Parker's arms and pulled him along. What a mess, Dominique muttered as they got up to cover, as they moved for cover. Top of the embankment. "It wasn't my fault," Parker protested. "Somebody pushed me." "Pushed you?" Dominique asked. "Just a second, folks." "I don't know who," Dominique replied without being asked. It was a pretty hard shove. You guys didn't see who it was? It looked like you tripped, Dominique replied. Let me try to think who was around Parker when he fell. They weren't arranged. It was dark. It was dark on the embankment. Just a second, folks. It was dark on the embankment, and Dominic didn't put to memory the order of the guys as they moved. They weren't arranged. They weren't by alphabet or rank. That was certain. He was sure about that. Parker had to be somewhere in the middle. Just a second, folks. Let's see. Somewhere in the middle. That meant pushed him was in the middle as well. All Dominique could be certain of was that it wasn't him who did the pushing. He was to the rear of the group. He felt an odd relief when he and Parker were in cover. Not so much because they were they were partially safe now. Not in the open anymore. He had been worried that it would be his fault that he would blow the mission. Instead, it had been someone else. Nobody made it back alive. Nobody would ever know who was responsible. Parker said he was pushed. Dominic yelled at his position. No way. Someone who was friends, someone shouted. And the unit shouted. We'll sort out what happened later. Gray added. For now, best focus on the enemy ahead of us. Okay, folks, signing off here. Have a nice day.